All right. And we are live. Welcome, family, to another show. Man, do we have a really great show for you guys tonight? We're talking about should passport bros practice semen retention in the States, in the Matrix, man. So it's going to be a good show. I had really no idea until I posted it in the private Facebook group, Black Men Travels. Give me 1 second here. Black Men Travels 2.0. I posted a article by a rapper, Joey Badass, and he was saying that he practiced semen retention. And I started reading through the article, and I posted that article in the Black Men Travels 2.0 group, and got a lot of responses. Got over 100 responses. If you haven't already joined, guys, make sure you join the Black Men Travels 2.0 Facebook group. Also join the Passport Bros group as well. We got about 5,000 in the Black Man Travels 2.0 group and about closing on 3,000 in the Passport Bros book. We've been having some technical difficulties with approving posts for whatever reason in the Black Man 2.0 group. So do us a favor, also join the Passport Bros group as well. So I posted this in the group and I got a lot of responses, and I had no idea so many brothers was actually practicing or had been through a stage, or not stage, but has practiced semen retention. I'm like, oh, this is kind of new to me. This is really, getting out there a little bit. So I said to myself, I said, I see personally, um, I talked to a lot of guys about, traveling, and they say, hey, man, I would like to travel more. Traveling can be expensive. You got to buy a flight. You got to book, your Airbnb or your room. You got to pay for food, getting around. I'm sure you want to party when you travel overseas. So I said to myself, I said, hey, man, this semen retention thing might be a good thing for passport bros, right? Because, dating in America is extremely expensive, and it's a unnecessary cost to a certain degree unless you're dating women you can potentially see yourself marrying or building a life with. If it's a situation where you're just dating random females trying to get laid, that can be very costly. As many men know, average date in America can cost anywhere from $75 to a couple of $100. But not only that, it's the time, which is the most important thing when you're dating in America. It's the time you're taking to go out on these dates. You got to calculate all your costs. All right. So let me see who's in the chat real quick, man. And we're going to get to the party rolling. Oh, first, real quick, I got a new internet plan. Am I clear? Am I sounding good? Let me guys know in the chat. Are we good on the video? Is it clear? Is it pixelated? Let me know what's going on, man. I've had internet troubles for the last 4 or 5 days. Getting good internet here in Brazil is a challenge. I was lagging on my last couple of videos, so I had to end the stream a little early. So let me know in the chat, guys. Let me know if I'm coming through loud and clear. Ronnie J said I'm good. Okay, MJ Hines the third. What up, MJ Hines? He says you're clear from fam 100. Great quality. Okay. All right, man. Shout out to my dude Raphael, man. Everybody saying good. Everybody saying we good, man. That's a game changer, fellas. That's a game changer. Like I said, so with the internet here, some of these Brazilians in these stores, they do not want to help Americans, man, for whatever reason. So I had some difficulty getting the internet, but we good now. We are good now. All right. It's the simple things, living in some of these countries, man. What could be so simple in America as going to any provider and getting good internet service is not the same, in some of these other countries. All right. So shout out to everybody in the chat, fam. Shout out to everybody in the chat. So what I'm gonna do is we got 36 in the room, fellas. Do me a favor, hit that like button for your boy. I'm gonna play a clip, right? So I did my little research today because I was very interested in it. I'm gonna tell you my personal story for why the semen retention thing might not be for me, and I think it's like a personal thing. I got one guy in the chat say 20 days, you're good. You're resetting everything. Some guys say 65 days. Some guys say for months. It really depends on you and probably, what your age is. I will say that I experimented with semen retention when I was 33 years old. and I didn't have the best results really. But some guys have had great results. Now, when I say I didn't have any good results, I won't say I wasn't more focused. I won't say that I was going to the gym, heavy, sometimes 2 times a day. I worked out a whole lot more. That's for sure. But some of that built up energy, for me personally, I became just a little bit more aggressive than usual. I did some things that to me were a little bit out of my character, but I'm gonna tell you all that in our little story time section. All right. Okay, so Falcon Black says it should be a cycle. Listen, guys, I had no idea so many black men were even doing this. I honestly didn't. From the comments in the Black Men Travels 2.0 group, all types of guys were saying the benefits from it. Guys were practicing it right now at this time. And like I said, it's definitely a benefit in it as far as staying focused, saving money. Like I said before, man, I know a lot of guys, it's difficult to try to date consistently in America and then try to travel overseas because dating, like I said, man, it could be very expensive and it could be a waste of time. My brother said, I'm 50 and I feel great. Oh, okay, hold on. Okay, so guys, at the end of the show, see, we got a little juice in the battery. At the end of the show, I'm gonna bring everybody on. Once I get past, all my announcement stuff, I'm bringing people on. And if you have experienced this, let us know, man. Come on the channel. Come on the panel. Let us know, what your experience was. What the benefit of it was. I lasted about, I think it was like maybe 6 weeks, is as far as I ever get. Now, keep in mind, we're talking about semen retention. That's different from the whole No Fap movement. No Fap is basically like not watching porn or something like that. Semen retention, you still can actually have sex. You're just not releasing, basically. You feel me? So those are two different things. Whoa, hold on. Wait a minute. I'm a year in, but I'm chasing my goals, so I don't have time to play. Yeah, we're gonna have to open up this panel real soon, man, because I'm interested in seeing, because I don't know how you can go that long, man. Jesus Christ. Okay. See, this is a good subject, man. This is a good subject because I know a lot of guys might be wondering, like, why they always tired or why it seems like they can't, focus or something. Their mind is cloudy. If these are some of the benefits, then, this could really help us. I got semen retention information from a guy named, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that name, Jay Hootie. He helped me out with benefits about 6 years ago. That is from Hey, It's a Black Guy. Yeah, who great. That's basically it, man. So what I put in the caption of the post, right, was I know a guy who's a consistent traveler, and he sleeps around with a lot of women. And I asked him one day, I said, bro, how you, because he's not too old of a cat, middle aged cat. I'm like, bro, how you sleeping with all these women so many times a day? I said, what, you take some type of Viagra, you take some type of pills or something? Excuse me. And he was like, nah, man, I just don't release. And I'm like, interesting. How's that work? you know? So that's what spawned the conversation. All right. Okay. So let me go ahead and play this clip, family. Let me go ahead and play this little clip. And let me know what you guys think in the comment section. All right. Yeah, you know what? I believe this might be Mike Tyson's show. Fair use, family, fair use. Let's see what we got going on here. One moment, fam. Let me move this out the way.
My skin got, before I started practicing semen retention, my skin got to looking great. But I noticed when I don't release, like say if I do have sex with a woman, I will have sex up until the point of release, but I hold back. And I noticed that I'm stronger and everything. I'm mentally sharper and everything. It's just like when a woman, after I give my life force to this woman, I don't have no energy. I'm drained, and she getting up, cooking, and manifesting all the shit she want in her life. And I'm stuck with gray skin. Gray skin? I never had gray skin. What about you? No. I just feel drained, you know what I'm saying? And you gotta just go in the shower and do it again. But it's something about after them 90 days you ain't released. Yeah, you ain't coming back too quick. You immortal. Yeah, how do you find that?
I believe he said after 90 days you are immortal. Okay, let's play another little clip real quick. And you know what? Joey Badass had a similar experience too. Another rapper. Let's see what he says in this clip.
Doing this for the rest of my, I ain't having no sex. For real. Sex mutation, I'm gonna just translate all that energy into my craft. I practice sacred masculinity. My semen is too powerful, too great of a life force than to be shooting it on a sheet or shooting it in a sock. Or my life force is so strong, it has the power to create a life. Why waste it?
Then a great deal of like a massive amount of thinking, like truly stupendous amount of thinking, has gone into sex without purpose, without procreation,
Mm-hmm.
which is actually quite a silly action in the absence of procreation.
Okay, fair use, family.
It's a bit silly.
Hey, do you notice, guys? Do you notice with everybody, like, this is how rare this is amongst men, like in the their partners or their co-hosts, they're all kind of like giving these strange looks because we all know how much we love sex, right? But these men are all successful. Kevin Gates is successful in his own right. Joey Badass is successful in a very competitive field, guys. I mean, rap is really competitive, and we all know how successful Elon Musk is. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Steve Jobs practiced semen retention as well. Let's go back and see what he has to say.
Well, so why are you doing it? Because it makes the limbic system happy. That's why. But it's pretty absurd, really.
Well, the whole of existence is pretty absurd in some kind of sense.
Yeah. But I mean, this is a lot of computation has gone into how can I do more of that with procreation not even being a factor.
That's deep. Elon has a point. Family. This man is a billionaire, I think, many times over. Let's see what else he has to say.
This is, I think, a very important area of research by NSFW.
You see both of the guys, Kevin Gates' homeboy and the co-host here, interviewing Elon Musk. It's just kind of like, okay,
agency that should receive a lot of funding, especially after this conversation.
I propose the formation of a new agency.
Oh boy.
But then in 1966, I decided to go through, which I'm going through now, which I want to bring up now, which is an interesting subject, is called sexual deprivation, which is a yoga discipline. And it's a form of yoga. I would say disciplines of that nature, you can consider it yoga, for lack of a better word or a better, whatever. And this is a system of not having a sexual climax. In other words, depriving yourself of the sexual climax.
See, that's the thing, man. That's the part that's kind of like, now, I'd rather just, me personally, family, I kind of just rather just refrain from, sex with a woman, period, if I can't finish off personally. That's just me. I think it's too much of a temptation. I wouldn't personally put my body through that, but I've never tried that. So who knows?
For a long enough period in order to notice the effects of what happens to a person if he deprives such a powerful force as sex. What are the benefits? What happens to you? Well, like anything else, when you deprive sex, when you deprive yourself of the very enactment of sex, sperm backs up your spine, goes up your spine, slowly up a little canal, very subtle form of it.
Falcon Black says ain't no scientific benefit.
This is just the ultimate goal of sexual deprivation, which I want to attain to. When I was making Pet Sounds, I was going through a form of celibacy, which I'm going through now. I'm a celibate. I'm proud of it, and I'm very happy that way.
How does your wife feel about the celibacy?
Oh, it works out fine. We have an understanding and agreement, so there's no problem.
It's incredibly obvious, isn't it?
Okay, I don't want to play that part. That's definitely going to be some fair use issues with that one. So there you have it, family. You got a few successful men that practice semen retention for the most part. But let me go ahead and bring some guys on the panel, man. Let's chop it up today. If it's any guys that are practicing it currently, I would love to hear some of your stories on your focus and everything. Now, me personally, 6 weeks in, for me, I went through a few incidents, personally, I was a little bit more aggressive. I noticed that sometimes I got a little bit out of character. I got banned from a few places. So for me, like I said, it's all about tailor fitting what works for you in your life. Some guys can refrain from any sexual activities for years. A year, 6 months, 2 months, 3 months, whatever. It all depends, man. All right. Let's see what's going on in the chat. All right. We got Falcon Black says it's benefited people who were addicts. Okay. Shout out to Kang, the conqueror of the six. He says, tapping in with BMT in the chat. The thumbnail is hilarious. Semen retention is what it's about when you have that long vacay coming up for 6 months or 3 months. You can rely, really be real. I'm sorry. You can really will begin to feel like the hope. You really will begin to feel like the hope. For sure. For sure. Shout out to Mr. Mitchell. I made it live. Yeah. There you go. Who great? Yeah. Men need a release for sure. Grego 2000. What's going on? Grego 712 in the building. What's happening? We got 55 in the chat. All right. So yeah, man. I think we can kind of it's definitely going to be some benefits in it. I think we can all clarify that for sure. That it's definitely some benefits in it. Okay, hold on. See, this is why this would be a good debate. Shout out to Shaka Kufu. He says, "Sir, doesn't increase. No, semen retention doesn't increase estrogen. Stop the pseudoscience." LMAO. All right. I mean, a lot of guys in it. A lot of guys are probably like, I'm shocked, man. I really didn't know that a lot of brothers was on this right here. I really didn't. We got Mr. Gigi in the room. Yeah, I did a more of a detailed story time in the group. This is YouTube. Everybody watches YouTube, but in the private Facebook group, I kind of went through a little bit of a more detail of my experience doing semen retention. It was kind of like a forced thing because my ex-girlfriend at the time, she went to New York. She told me she was going to be up there 2 weeks. She was up like there 2 months. So, I thought it was a good time to practice this. I started watching certain videos on YouTube about the benefits of it. I started, really working out a lot. And I'm telling you, man, it might work for some people. For me, I would say a month max, maybe 2 months. As far as longer than that, they say 90 days. I think Kevin Gates say like 90 days, or it was either him or Tyson said something about 90 days. That's a long time, family. That's a long time. All right. So we got 60 in the room. That's what's up. Let me drop a link. Let me go ahead and drop a link. Let's get this show started. If you guys want to come on, do me a favor, keep it clean. Let's talk about that. Now I know we are familiar with boxers doing that, but Mike Tyson actually said that his trainer said you don't have to refrain from sex. It's more so don't go chasing after women. If you got to go running at 4, 5 in the morning, don't be partying all night chasing tail. So that's what Mike Tyson said about the whole semen retention thing. But he would say he was trying to be like the greats, so he did refrain from sex for a very long time. Doing semen retention. All right. Shout out to Captain Blackman. I never heard of that. I think I have heard of Captain Blackman. Okay. Okay, we got guys. Okay, they got movies on this. I had no idea. Everybody in the chat going back and forth. That's what's up. I believe there has been medical research about this. All right, I just dropped the link in the chat. Let me see here. Let me do that one more time for the fam. Let me go ahead. Guys, come on in the room. Let me know what your experiences are with this semen retention. Everybody's saying Kevin Gates is on point. All right. All right. So while we got everybody here, everybody's coming in the room, we're waiting for guys to come on the panel. I'm gonna go ahead and just discuss where we at on the crowdfunding campaign for the BMT mobile app. Right now, we are about 13%. We have 28 days left. All right, guys, and we have about $5,000 we have raised thus far out of the 25,000 that we're raising for the BMT mobile app. Okay, guys. So we're getting there. You know, I think it's about 1/5 there. We had $5,000. Let me go ahead and show the campaign real quick before I let everybody on. Let's see if we can give me 1 second here. Okay, we got people in the back end. We about to get the show started. 1 second. All right. So here you go, family. That's the Indiegogo campaign you're looking at right there. Those are some of the benefits. You can check out an Indiegogo campaign. The link is in the description. Like I said before, we are at 5,000. At the end of the show, I'm also going to play a trailer to kind of give you guys some more information about some of the benefits of the BMT mobile app. So make sure you contribute, guys. You know, we're getting there, man. We about 1/5 there. We got about $5,000. A lot of crowdfunding is coming from the private Facebook group. We really appreciate it. We got about 120 people that has backed us so far. All right, family. So let me go ahead and get some of these guys in the room. Let's get this party started. Fellas, I asked to keep it clean as possible, for the sake of YouTube, and we can chop it up and talk about this. All right. Howard, Trade Tears, what's going on?
What's going on with you, man?
How's everything with you?
Hey, can't complain, man.
All right. So what's your thoughts on this subject, man? Have you had any experience with this?
Yeah, so I was the one that showed the video in the actual BMT YouTube channel.
The group.
Facebook channel. Yeah,
Okay.
in the group. Yeah, so I just wanted to speak a little bit about it. And for myself, I've done it. For me, it's you talked about your experience about how you got a little bit of anger. You dealt with the whole.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Oh, you saw my video in the Facebook group?
Oh yeah, I was there. I saw it. I saw it. I will admit this. When you're first doing it, you got to get off that. You're gonna get angry. You're gonna build aggression. So it's something that does happen amongst all men when they first started out, but it's a learning curve, and it's something that for myself I had to do. I've been in many different jobs over the course of 10 years. So I've, probably I would say like 5 years, about like 6 years ago now. I started it, my own journey with it. I learned about it on YouTube and different books and things like that. As I mentioned, I didn't read Think and Grow Rich, the whole thing, but I did read up about it, like on different articles and different videos. So they did speak on it. But then, started seeing experiences. I used to work at a cable company. Started seeing different attraction of people. Worked in different call centers. The attraction was different. I just started to see different health benefits. I started to see just a multitude of different things. And then
Go ahead. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
All right, last thing. Other things I was doing, I was also taking herbs to actually enhance my metabolism and things like that. So it was kind of enhancing. So I was going through that whole cycle, and that's basically what made me see from at the end of the day what this was actually doing. So
okay, so let me ask you this: like how long did it take for you to see benefits of this?
So it took different sessions. So I started 7 days, saw how it was working, did see the aggression sometimes. And then I say one thing I noticed, there's more of an emotional type of interaction. Always like an emotional interaction. But years and years, I took 7 days, like
Mhm.
21 days sometimes, going 30-day,
Mhm.
different type of chops of different sessions before releasing. And what happens is that you learn more as
Mhm.
you're continuing to do it and do it and do it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So
Okay.
that
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Cool. And did you feel like your mind was, more focused or?
Yeah, so I'm a web developer, web designer. So, it my focus more so building a agency business. So that's what really helped me to kind of keep that focus in while I was working, lower end jobs, man. It always upsets you when you and depress you when you do stuff like that.
Mhm.
A little personal history too. I hate to mention this. A shout out to when I talked to him about this on his channel. My father passed around the time his brother. You heard about his brother getting killed back in
Mhm.
time. My father actually passed away around that, and
Mhm.
that's a very dramatic experience. And upon building that discipline helped me throughout that. And that's why I say I looked at that discipline was something that helped me to be very strong and focus on my path, because had that not been strong, I mean, we're grown men. We had to deal through a lot, but had I
Mhm.
not had that discipline and continue to build on that discipline, what could have happened,
Mhm. Okay. And real quick, because everybody say in the chat, we're not talking about no fap. We're not concerned with the porn thing. We're talking about semen retention, which is you can still be sexually active, right? You just can't release, or you're just not trying to release. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, there you go. What up, Del? No music. What's up? What's going on?
What's going on, man? That ninja moment in the bank was very interesting.
Okay, so let me tell the chat because everybody's wondering, like, what was one thing that happened to me in the situation is from a certain bank in America. I can't enter at this time, but basically, I caught them basically stealing, what I'm saying, out my business account with the way they was arranging payments coming in and payments coming out. And I went down there, and this is during my semen retention days. I went down there, and the lady, really racist old white lady, she said something very smart. She was like, "What you gonna do about it?" And I got upset. And when I left, I pushed the door, and the door flew off the hinges. And it was a bunch of hoopla. Like I really just boasted the doors, but the door was already kind of crooked. So that was my little story. Nothing big deal. Wasn't too crazy. But yeah, man. But go ahead, Delano.
Yeah. As for my retention story,
Mm-hmm.
it's more or less. I can't say I would do it. So basically, I schedule myself anytime I'm going after something big with DJing. I put everybody on the schedule. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
if I'm gonna have my release, it's gonna be 2 times a week. That's why I limit myself to, because that's all the time I can give. I'm too focused on my goals. So I mean, you can call a half-ass semen retention, but
Mm-hmm.
2 times a
You,
week.
you know what? There's a friend of mine. He's actually a multimillionaire out there in Medellin, and he was like, "Don't ever release more than 3 times a week because it's going to make your body weak and you might lose focus and you might get addicted to because when you dealing with multiple women, beautiful women, you can get caught up in that lifestyle, man, and it's be very difficult to get anything done. I've warned guys about that before when they come to Medellin. I'm like, yo, stay on your grind, stay on your focus. Don't lose your job, wilding out. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of temptation in South America everywhere you go, and I don't think they know anything about semen retention out here. You know.
No, I I agree. I mean,
Yo, these women walk around in bikinis
yeah,
everywhere. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, this is the cell phone store. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got flip
yeah.
flops in a thong on right now. I'm trying to get my cell phone service, and I can't stop looking at you.
Hey,
Well,
just
that
say
cannot
something
happen here in
new.
the United States. That's for damn sure.
No, no,
Who was
no.
that, Mark?
Yep, that's him.
What's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm doing pretty well. I'm just listening to the commentary and
Mm-hmm.
just trying to gain some constructive information from it. Like the guy that you're talking about now, my focus is just to, get my grind, keep my money, and just find one woman that I can spend that time with and grind with. Then yes, playing with these other women, that's a single man's game.
Mm-hmm. I can agree with that.
Yeah.
Because I mean, listen, every woman got something of value. I mean, one moment, you got a nice little tan girl with, some nice booty and, the breasts and the whole 9 yards. But then somebody else gonna come up and be much more stacker than her.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a competition. You know,
Mm-hmm.
stick with what you like and don't worry about all this other stuff out there.
Okay, and do you have a semen retention story, or have you ever tried to practice that?
Actually, I look, but I don't touch.
Okay, okay, all right. Now let me ask the panel this, and feel free for any of you guys to jump in. Have you did the whole having sex and not finishing off thing? Like, was that have anybody just did that?
Nah, I can't do that.
See, I think it's me
Not me.
personally. I think it's easier
Can't
for
do
me just to refrain from it, because the whole, not that takes a lot of practice, man, for a man to not finish off. But it seems like guys be doing this. They do this for months. I think Kevin Gates was saying that he does it pretty much. So I mean, I get it, but I think it's levels to it. It has to be levels to it if you're able to do that. Let me catch a super chat by Kirby P Films one. With $10 super chat, he says, "What up, BMT? What up, family? What's good with you? Appreciate that $10 super chat." All right, let me get some of these. I don't have no mods in here. Let me get some of these guys out of here. Some of these cornball trolls.
My suggestion is if you're going to have sex, do it twice a week. If you're with somebody, and if you're like a single person, do it like once every 20 days.
Mm-hmm.
Just sort of regenerate yourself, because you don't want to be having a bunch of round robin sex out there, and then it's not fun. It's not exciting.
I mean, and another thing, I mean, if you're going after your goals or whatnot, you wouldn't even have time to have sex.
Exactly.
Yep. Very good point.
That's why I said twice a week, or if you're with somebody, twice a week, and if you're not with somebody, once every 20 days, because you focus more on getting things of constructive value done. So you're not out here, doing a whole bunch of playing. You're working.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. One thing I wanted to say too is also, you talked about the whole thing. If you ever when you're having sex and then you pull out or try to refrain to try not to ejaculate. Another thing I wanted to say though is this, the erectile dysfunction. That's a thing too, and that's,
it is. Yes, he's correct.
that could be a problem too, because especially when I don't want to get into the whole P word, but the whole thing about that is a lot of people when it comes to that point of that, when it gets to the level, you can get the feeling, and then that ED that kicks in, that does affect people, like it affects people's attitude towards a woman, all those type of things. One thing I've learned, this is one thing I was talking about Aaron before about the herbs. I learned about ginseng, and ginseng actually helps against that, erectile dysfunction. That actually helps against, those effects. So that's one thing I actually started, taking recently, and it's really had a great benefit along giving you energy as well. So it's not just about taking, doing the retention. Is also about also taking herbs that can help you to heal your body as well. It's not just one thing. It's a combination thing that helps your body out.
Now, have you ever heard?
How old is
one second, Mark. 1 second. Have you ever heard of Tonkat Ali? They take that out in Asia.
Yeah,
you on that?
Every
Okay,
week.
yeah.
Herbs,
Every day of the week.
Yeah, that's a good one, boy. You feel like a 16-year-old again. Go ahead, though, Mark.
I have a question for the panel. Not to get personal, but how old is majority of the persons on this panel?
I'm 37. Well, 36. I'll turn 37 this year.
I'm 39. So
29.
we're in our late 30s.
I'm 29. I'm a young buck.
The younger one?
Yeah.
Okay, you still got some prime.
Just getting there, man.
You know, when you start hitting about mid to late 30s, it starts slowing down for you.
It does.
So for a young person like the 29-year-old, try to conserve all that as possible when you're young, because you're going to need that when you get older. Don't spend it all in one day. Because it's your youth, like, you know, to still exercise and be able to keep yourself in shape, because as black men here in what is called the United States, we're dying young. And a lot of the dying is coming from stress. Stress and working a 9-to-5 job with all work and no payback whatsoever. The fact we can't afford decent or progressive health insurance or health care, we're having to go at it alone, and sometimes that's not constructive.
That's very true.
Because, you know, we're in the United States, I've always called it the United States of stress haven. It can lead you to your grave very early.
And it's getting worse.
I lost 2 younger people recently. One of them was my brother at 34. So that's why I always say to people, and particularly black men, if you're going to be doing, you know, like you guys out there, you're traveling, you're getting out of the United States. So you're basically trying to save your health. If you're going to stay in the United States, try to do something constructive and stay away from all this foolishness that's going to put you in the grave pretty early. It's not a bullet that's going to put you there. It's stress.
Yeah. Yeah, man. No,
straight
I'm a
facts.
fitness junkie. I've always been, and I consume Tonka Ali majority of the week. So trust me.
And you know what? I'm so disappointed because I can't get it out. I can't get my hands on that down here, man. I'm so disappointed because I take that almost at least twice a week when I was back in the States.
Hey, I'm about to fly down on Monday.
Oh, that's what's up, man.
Yeah, if you need it, I don't know where I could get it in Rochester. I'm in New York right now, so
you in the group, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. We'll definitely connect, man. Inbox me something after the show.
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
Hey, Aaron. So you're not around any herb places in Medellin?
Well, I'm in Brazil right now. I'm in Rio
Brazil,
right now. Yeah. There are herb places every day. I can get fish oil. I can get vitamin D pills, zinc, all that good stuff. But I haven't checked for Tonkat Ali just yet. But you know what? I'm actually meeting a guy that shows people around here. He's a local Brazilian, and I might be sure he can send me, in the right direction.
For sure. Absolutely.
That's what's up, man. Let's see here. Everybody's in the chat. Banter Black in the building. Puma Mara. Have anybody heard of Puma Mara?
Yes, I did. Yes, I see Falcon Black. This is Puma Mara. That's
Puma
not
Mara,
the
okay.
right spelling, but yeah, that's another one too. And there's another term for that, but there's Puma Mara, there's ashwagandha. You mentioned Tonka Ali. Oh man, there's a lot out there, man. I mean, they're Jamaican. Sarsaparilla. Sarsaparilla is another one, but that's more so for iron. Iron's a big thing too. Another thing too is that when you start taking a lot of iron too, that helps out with your system as well. That helps with everything that's going on. I follow the alkaline diet with Dr. Sebi, and he talks a lot about iron phosphate and sarsaparilla, and all those help out the system as well, man. And they just all help. They all form in one and help you with your system, especially with our bodies as African Americans. We are Africans. It helps our body and it benefits the most.
And what's this again?
Sarsaparilla.
Sarsaparilla. No, I have seen that out here.
Yeah,
I have seen that out here, man.
Sarsaparilla.
You know what? Like I said, I'm surprised, man. I didn't even know that was what brothers were practicing in America like that, because we're so. You know how, we're deemed as, sex bulls for the most part. But I think that America the landscape of America in the last decade, man, has changed so drastically to where
Yeah.
things are becoming increasingly competitive. The jobs are not, the pay, is not increasing, but the cost of living is increasing, and that can drive a lot of stress to people, man. I think guys are just trying to, figure things out and more so focused on their goals and ambitions because they have to be. And the dating market is just consistently just going downhill because they don't see, they don't really see the return on their investment when they do take some of these women out, especially the older you get, you just like, you know what? I mean, it's been times when I was be like, you know what? I could go on a date with this girl I met at the mall or the store. And I'm like, you know what, man? I think I'm gonna chill. I'm canceling on women. You know what I mean? So I definitely get that, man. Things are changing. If you're not focused on your goals and ambitions, bro, however you got to focus on your goals and ambition, this is the time to do it because the financial, it's something really going on with the beer bug and crypto markets and stock markets and cost of living in America. A lot of stuff is going on, man. So you definitely want to be on your grind. And if you have to practice this to do it, then it might be a viable solution. I thought this would be a good topic tonight, man, because, Kevin Gates, I don't think he's quite 40 yet. He might be. I'm not sure how old he is. I know Joey Badass is kind of a young guy. He might be more around your age, don't know music. And for
Gates
guys, so for guys your age to be practicing that, because when I was 29, man, I was just all over the place. I'll be honest with you. I think I had about 20 women when I was your age, man. But it was a different time frame back then too.
Yeah.
That was kind of like 28. Let's see. The day market was getting rough back then, but in Atlanta, that was like the Atlanta's heyday. It was, oh my God, you could throw a pebble and hit a beautiful woman in Atlanta at that point. Shout out to Mike Fletcher for the $20 super chat. He says, I don't practice semen retention while I'm in the USA to save myself. Hold on, let me read that again. I don't practice semen retention while I'm in the USA to save myself for my travels. I do it because I don't like I don't like Western women, irrespective of race. Okay.
You see, I second that comment. Comment, man. When I go down to Brazil, I'm gonna tell you a story. Couple stories that happened right before this trip, man. I'm telling you. I backed that $20 super chat.
You know what? You know what's funny, man? Like before my trips, I was always, because traveling can be expensive. There can be a lot of unexpected costs that pop up. So you definitely want to, you want to have your budget together, man. And for a trip like Brazil, man, I would shut it down, man. I'd be sitting in the house for 2 months straight, not going nowhere, eating ramen noodles just to make sure I got enough money in the bank to enjoy myself, have a good time, man. Because sometimes you get out here, and if you have an extra week to, I see guys extend their stay all the time in Brazil and Colombia. But guys, like, I'd be like, bro, I thought you was gone. Nah, man, I'll go back in 2 more weeks, So you definitely want to have your paper together, man, for sure.
Yeah, man, people need to set limits for dates. How much you gonna spend on a date? I mean, New York, shit, you could spend $200-$300 quick.
I remember when I spent $200 on a date, man. I was so upset, bro. Like I was just, and I got one of these too at the end of the night, like the reach around hug, not even a 2-hand hug, and and I was just like, yo, I was like, yo, it's never happening again. Because at that point, I had already been to Brazil, been to DR. So I'm like, yo, I'm moving backwards here, Farris. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, man, nah.
Call me cheap. 25.
And you would think, and this show is not about the women at all, but it's just surprising to me that people will consider, South America like a third world country, but the women, they don't go out with guys for food and date. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not, they're not trying to, you would think they'll be poor, so they would want to go out with you more, right? To get a nice meal at a nice restaurant. But nah, it's not like that. Like, they going out with you because they genuinely want to see what you're talking about.
That's good.
You stated something very interesting. More and more, I've been thinking about this and talking amongst my friends as well. The last 10 years has really been a big shift in the U.S.
No question.
It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it be dating or money or just family, situation. It's very different. The last 10 years have been significant to what's going on in the U.S. It's amazing.
I co-sign that. Very true. Last 10 years has been very different. It's the social media bug. It's been the online dating. A lot of the social media play a big role in that, and that's and I just watched Stephens Cole talk a little bit about this on his channel about like a lot of these women are taking the social media to showing themselves on the camera, be able to do the pineapple show and all this other stuff, and be able to pick other dudes and be flickering. It killed the dating game for everybody because I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Yeah, I say it's killing the game because they're all at flicker wrist. They can just pick and choose who they want and want to. It's just they killed the game. Now guys can't even have a date or even to chop it up with somebody just on a regular. Now they're just I choose this guy or this guy. They don't even know what they want to do anymore. So they're just using these little apps to choose for them. And then now we got the OnlyFans. Now they got dudes following them and on their coattails on their waiting list, giving them validation all day. So the game is rigged, man.
No, that's facts, man. That's I saw a video of it was two women and they was different guys were calling in. I don't know if you guys seen that video. I forgot the name of the female YouTuber. And the girl's like, no, cut him off. No, get him out of here. And I'm like, bro, is this what we have resulted to as men when men you are the prize? I mean, you are the maker of buildings. And I mean, come on, bro. Like we build the environment that they live in and we're calling in. Like when you see stuff like that, that's almost like the end of a society. Absolutely. Let me see who this is real quick. Hold on, family. Who is this? What's going on, brother?
How you doing, man?
Doing good.
I was just checking in on the topic. I just started doing this about 7 days ago.
Okay, 7 days in. All right.
Actually,
Is this your first time?
Let me correct myself. It was the 7th of January I started.
Okay.
And bruh, I feel like Superman. I ain't never had this feeling in the last probably 10 or 15 years. I'm 43.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm a truck driver. You probably see it in the background. But so because of that,
that's what's up. Getting that money, getting that moolah.
But I was doing too much watching the P. You know what I'm saying? You got too much time on your hands, and it was really giving me a hard time when it came to actually perform with a woman. But I just wanted to chime in because, bro, man, I feel like Superman. I just had an incident like even an hour ago, like you mentioned, bro, just kind of tripping out in the store when somebody kind of go the opposite direction of what I'm thinking. You know what I mean? Just add a little aggression to you, a little bit of power. I'm gonna keep it going as long as I can.
Okay, and so how many days so far? You said the January 7th. What's that? About 20 days?
That's about 20. I'm about 20 days in right now.
Okay, let me ask Howard Trey Tibbs this. Like, when does the aggression stop, man? Like, let me know.
So
from what I don't even know, bro. I'm just starting this for the first time, and I feel it every day. I just feel super powered every day. I definitely stepped on some toes.
I feel you. Well, what I heard, like after the 30, so it's like 30 days. You go through that 30 days. You got to build your tolerance up, right?
So the issue I can hear everybody talking. It's weird. I don't know how to turn them off or nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro. I think your audio is a little off. I'm gonna go ahead and meet you and let Howard explain something real quick. All right.
Just briefly, if you don't mind. How you doing, man?
Yeah. All right.
We're good. I'm good. All good, brother. But now I was just saying 30 days. First off, just build your tolerance up, right? And then I've heard like after 30 days, you start to that tolerance starts to kind of lay down. But I've heard after like 60 to 90 days is kind of where your body kind of get used to that whole period. You know what I'm saying? So that's from what I've been hearing. I mean, if you heard of like a lot of the No Fap community, all the different, I know we ain't talking much about that, but there's people that talk about they see more so of that calming down period after those 90 days. So, you know, some people can't get to that, but you know, I do hear after the 60 to 90 days is that chill out period.
60 to, ooh, that's a long time, bro. That's a long time. Let me catch this. DMR the Traveler. You there?
Yeah. Hey, brother, I can't that much hear y'all too clearly. Let me like log back out and log back in. I'll log back in.
Okay, no problem. No problem.
All right.
So this is a good topic, man. Like I said, I didn't know, I know it's like it's a movement going online. I have seen, that going on, but you can definitely tell it's definitely some benefits to this for sure.
I tell you what, I'm way more focused on 2 releases per week than me wilding out with all the homegirls. Let's just say that, because it's just like whatever. I just gotta do my work. I'll talk to you later. But DMR is back.
DMR, what's going on, brother?
Hey, brothers, how y'all feeling, man?
Good, man. Good, man.
Yeah, just chiming in on your talk, man, about the like dating scene and how it's like hard. You know what I mean? And everything y'all said is absolutely true, man. I'm 50 years old, so I done seen it change around. You know what I'm saying? But I'll be going to DR in April, man. So y'all like absolutely right about all this.
Yeah, most definitely,
Trying to be on
man.
no pineapple, man. Fuck out of here. What I look like? People judge me on the picture. Oh, pineapple. I'm gonna pass this. Nah, fuck out.
What is pineapple, bro?
Remember that video you were just talking about? It was the Melly Malakos show about the woman that was just flashing by the different dudes that was trying to talk to. She said, "Pineapple, next person. Pineapple, next person." That's the video you're talking about. That's that whole show where you got girls that join in, and then like they're trying to win. The guy's trying to win a date with her, and then she has the choice. If she don't like him, she's just gonna choose a pineapple to go to the next guy.
Okay, so is pineapple? Does that mean they corny or lame? Like, what's the pineapple come in?
I think it's a code word for next person. It's called a pineapple show. I forget the name. Is like Melly Mikado or something like that.
Yeah. The real pretty light skin.
Yeah.
You know what though? She actually comes to the on some of her shows she comes to defense of men. She say women be wilding out and everything, and a lot of them are not dateable. She will say that, but as you can see, she's gonna always. She has a fan base. She definitely has a fan base that she's catering to, on this YouTube, man. So, I would never, I don't even know why guys would even put themselves through that type of show or, you know how women are, how they get down with that, man. You know how they get down with that.
Don't make no sense.
Nah, it doesn't. It doesn't at all. It doesn't at all. So DMR the Traveler, let me ask you this real quick, man. Have you ever been to DR before?
Not really. Well, I've been to DR in 2013, but I'm trying to break outside of the resorts, right? So I was in Juan Dalio back in 2013. But I experienced stepping outside of the resort. You know what I'm saying? So as I'm going in April, I'm gonna start going outside of the resort,
Okay, you have a date in April because we got a group trip in April out there in the DR.
Oh, really? Okay.
29th to March 2nd.
Yeah, I'll be there from the 4th to the 10th.
Okay.
So,
okay.
I probably gotta catch y'all next time. You know what I'm saying?
No problem at all. Would that be your first time out the country?
No. I've been to Morocco a long time ago. 2001, man, is the first time that I ever traveled internationally. And I had went to Morocco. And I've been to Morocco like about 4 times.
Okay. Nice.
And then I've been to Mexico, Cancun.
Now I got a question for Howard Trey Tibbs. Now, you know, do you travel a lot, bro? Have you been, you know, to any other countries or anything like that?
I'm gonna be honest with y'all guys, and it's gonna sound crazy. I have not traveled yet, and I will be working on it.
Okay,
the first
okay.
place I want to go is Colombia. Trust me. I'm shout out to One MC Scholar. You know, I check his channel, check your channel as well. I know y'all guys talk about the topic a lot. I have not traveled yet. I've been focusing everything on my business. So I will be traveling.
Hold on. I want you to try that 90-day semen retention in Colombia.
Failure one day.
No.
Nah, bro, no. I'm just saying.
You know, I don't even know.
I'm just messing with you, bro.
I'm just saying, man. Like I said,
Now the reason I say that is because the life of, I think it's Life of Curie. He had made a good comment. He says first 7 days of semen retention, I feel like a god, but in Colombia ain't no semen retention. You crazy. That's why I made that statement, bro.
I don't disagree with that.
Yeah, man. You know, like I say, I doubt these conversations are being had here in South America at all, man. I mean, these women are everywhere, bro. They are everywhere.
A BMT.
Mm-hmm.
Is it safe to say that the dating scene in the United States is on life support? Do you agree?
It's in the grave. It's in the grave, bro.
You said it's in the grave.
It's in the grave. It's 6 feet deep, bro. Some guys just don't know it. You know, some guys are like really trying to. You know how you got dudes that, you know, I had a cousin. Well, not had, but I have a cousin who been working on his high school car for like 20-some years, trying to get it back on that road, trying to get it right. Spend thousands of dollars on this car, and I'm like, bro, let the car go. And I think that's what's happening with some of the men in the States. They just like, yo, you know, I met this real, you know, this woman out here, this, that, and the other. But let me tell you, man, it's just not America. Canada, I meet guys from Canada having problems. I meet guys from Europe, you know, having issues over there, like in London and everything.
Right.
It's just this a social experiment going wrong with the, you know, high levels of feminism, and also, like the brother Howard said before, the social media thing, you got everybody wanting to be a model, superstar. Dog, they call a female cop on OnlyFans.
Oh,
you know,
yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, female cop is on OnlyFans, right? And the precinct had to pay her to let her go. Like, here go, they said, here go 30,000, but you can't work here no more. And she's like, why? You have an OnlyFans page. I mean, you're gonna be trying to arrest a criminal. They're gonna be like, oh snap, is that Miss Peaches? Wow. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like it don't work like that. And the problem is, one of the biggest issues, I'm gonna be honest with you, is us. Why do I say that? Dog, you got a chick name, I think it's Jasmine whatever. This woman is 300 something plus pounds, bro. 300 plus pounds, cellulite, rolls everywhere. Hey, if you like that, it's all good. But she got over close to 1 million subs, and when she posts a pic, you know, you will have hundreds of men telling them how beautiful she is. So I don't know where, you know, most of you guys are from, but in Atlanta, you know, the safe haven at the end of the night was two types of women. The woman around 40 or over, 35 older, you know what I'm saying? And the big girls. That was your go-to. Past like 2. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man.
So not a big girl got an Instagram page. The 40-year-old got an Instagram page. You can't tell them nothing.
Hey, BMT, I'm from the Philly area. I stay in Wilmington, Delaware, right outside of Philadelphia. I'm gonna tell you, man, the stuff that you're saying is right, bro. You know what I'm saying?
It's worth. I'm from Atlantic City, New Jersey. I ain't that far from Philly. Far from Philly. It's a lot worse.
Oh yeah, what?
Yeah.
Hey, New York feeling the pain too. So
New York, 3 hours from us.
Yeah.
Yo, that's crazy though, man. The whole East Coast like that, Jordan.
That's what the problems are. You got the girls don't want to do nothing, man. They over here doing whatever they want to. They be like, you know, independent, all this and all that, and they letting themselves go, man.
Yo, the thing that gets me, y'all, is this. It's so bad out here. The fat broads even think they all that.
That's
I
what I'm
remember,
saying.
hey, bro, back in the day, I remember a fat broad, you ain't never pay attention to them joints.
Facts.
Now, you be like, what?
Yeah.
Be like, a fat man? Go ahead. You know, like, wow. I mean, things done changed back from the Freaknik days. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? All of them days back in the day, man. It had changed
Yeah,
big time.
you can look at their tender. It shows in their tender, man. They be talking like they be got 3, 4, 5 jokers in their DMs, man. Talking like they 9s and 10s.
And what's the part that disturbs me the most? They're promoting the unhealthy lifestyle. You're gonna die early if you're that overweight. Let's just be real with it.
Right.
You're gonna die early. And they keep on pushing this. And I've been to London. I go to Toronto all the time. And obviously I'm in the US right now. These countries, those are the big three that's having this issue. Those are the big three, and people are taking notice. Thus, semen retention has been on the rise, and this has been a topic that has been talked about more and more. I've seen several videos in the past 2 years about semen retention. Hence this one. Now I'm like,
yeah.
Yo, the fear I got though, man, of having sex with these girls out here today is I'm not trying to knock none of these broads up by accident. Because once you do that, bro, it's over. Traveling is over. Your traveling joint is over. Your traveling thing is over, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, my neighbor had got a female. He was 38 years old. He got a female pregnant, and he was traveling. You know, he had only been to DR so far, but he was, you know, we were talking about going here, going there.
Right.
And he was excited about it, and I guess he messed with this guy's girlfriend. So, you know, he's light skinned. They were too dark skinned. Not too dark skinned, but they were too dark complected. So the guy was like, "Nah, this ain't my baby." So he did a DNA test. Baby came back, not his. The baby was his. And as soon as she found out that baby was his, she put him on child support.
See what I'm saying?
You know,
that's what
all that traveling, stop. He hasn't left the country since, bro.
And
he's happy. He's happy. He has a daughter. You know what I'm saying? A beautiful daughter. Life is good. You know, you have a child. That's his first child at 38.
Yeah, true.
But at the same time, he calls me all the time. He just like, bro, you know, I don't know what to do. You think I should get a second job? I say, bro, you know, whatever side hustle, invest in some crypto so you can get another form of income.
Right.
That child support is knocking him down. You're not playing no game.
Hey, BMT, and y'all, can y'all imagine me at 50 years old, right? I'm 50. Could you imagine me having a child here in the United States?
I know a guy that got a
support for 20 years.
I know a guy that's 63. He just had a child on his own child support.
What? Come on, nah, BMT, come on, man.
No. Yeah, she's a female. She's a hairdresser. She's like 30. He's like 63, and he slipped out. He's a truck driver. He got her pregnant.
Oh my God.
You know it happens, man.
20 years, man. I'll be 70 years old. You man, what?
Yeah, man. He works overtime all the time. Let's put it that way.
Oh my God.
That's what's up.
Man.
Well,
that's
family,
why. What's up?
No. I said I'm gonna go ahead and close up the show. Family,
okay.
You've been here for a good. I keep it on right around an hour. I want everybody's closing statements, and I'm gonna come at towards the end. I'm gonna start off with you. Here we go. DMR the Traveler.
Okay, with me, semen retention. That's something that I practice as long as I'm traveling. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I think that it has its place with all this child support stuff going on, especially. You know, and I'm saying like this: as long as I got an out, man. Look, I don't need this. As long as I got an out, you know what I'm saying. But look, man, BMT, I follow you all the time, brother. Keep up the good work. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you.
Man, salute.
Peace.
Salute. Appreciate you.
All right, my brother. All right, brothers. Pat.
All right,
peace.
Take care, man. Salute.
All right, brother. Peace out.
Right.
Delanoy Music. Go ahead with your closing, your thought-provoking. I already know it's going to be some thought-provoking closing statement, brother.
Well, I can't say that I'm a part of the semen retention family because I practice mine twice a week. I got my schedule with my girl twice a week, so it's that. But I say set a schedule for yourself and go after your goal, because if you're going after your goal, you won't have time. You simply will not have time to mess around.
That's right.
You might have to cancel that appointment with that so and so, you know. But
That's right.
yeah, that's all I have to say. I mean, don't let your dick get you into trouble. You know.
Dick gets some-
Yo, and also, Eric, how you want me to contact you? Facebook?
Yeah, hit me on Facebook, fam.
All right, man.
All right.
All right. Take care, guys.
Howard. Okay,
Take
cool.
care. Salute, my man.
Salute. Howard Trey Tibbs.
Hey, nah, problem.
Master, the master semen retention.
Nah, don't put me out there, man. I know
I was
I'm
messing
live
with
and
you.
all that. Don't put me out there, man.
I
I
was
gotta
messing
go
with
out
you.
a different parts of the country and get off that stuff. But nah, but Dig,
Go ahead, bro.
really appreciate you, BMT, for putting me up on here, man. I really appreciate that a lot. Then to everybody that's listening right now, man, semen retention is just, it's a mindset, it's a lifestyle. Just like if you go on the alkaline diet, paleo diet, anything like that, you're detoxifying your body of any of the, any mental blockages that you've had in your life. So I say for you guys, make your own choice, do your own research. Don't just believe any of the other guys talking about pseudoscience. They call it pseudoscience because they don't want to do their own science. So I say for you guys, do the research. If you don't want to do, like the brother said, put your own schedule in, put your own time in, and don't resort to all these girls out here that just want your attention. Get to the girls you want to really get with. And that's all I want to say, my man. Really appreciate you putting me on the platform, man.
Oh yeah, most definitely, man. I mean, you dropped a lot of good information, bro. Most definitely, man. I think
Absolutely.
that, I said I had no idea that so many, black men was practicing this, man. So it's good that you came on the channel and you just kind of backed up or clarified, some things about that, to say that, hey, man, this is true. I've experienced this as well. And then you also gave us information on how to get past the aggressive stage, bro, because I didn't get past that stage. So because I didn't get past that stage, I didn't think I could do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, I'm going off on people. You know what I mean? So
I mean, when you go to Colombia, you have to do it all the time.
oh yeah, for sure. And you know what's funny, man? I saw a video where somebody was answering. They did some type of study, right? Because they were trying to figure out how men in prison get so big. They took some of the weights out. So the question was asked, and the doctor said that, well, first of all, when men are not having sex and they have to defend themselves physically, they're constantly working out, it builds up super testosterone. Like, it builds up certain energies, right? You walking around there like a gladiator because you ain't, you know what I'm saying? You're in survival mode. Absolutely. So these men, physically get bigger beyond nature. You got men that work out in these gyms 24/7, fam, like every day, twice a day, hitting the weights. But you got guys fresh out of prison, and they fresh out of prison. How they fresh out of prison? Because they got these gladiator builds, like chest out, like they walking around like you don't want them to mess with. And a lot of guys don't even understand, why a lot of female guards be having sex with these inmates. Is because their pheromones are so strong that these women, they're like irresistible to women. You know what I'm saying? It's like these guys walk around like gladiators, like warriors. They can go at any time. So it's definitely some science into all of this, man, for sure. It's definitely some science in all of this. And I can definitely tell it's some benefits. So yeah, man, once again, bro, appreciate you coming on the show, man. Come on the show again too, bro. Whenever. Come on the show again.
Never know when you're gonna see me, man. I really appreciate it again. Appreciate the time, man. I really appreciate everybody for watching.
For sure. All right.
All right. Take care of yourself, man. Really appreciate you, man. Take care, everybody.
Peace.
Salute.
Let me see if we can all right, family. All right, man. That was a pretty good show, fam. Hopefully you got some jewels from this. I'm gonna go ahead right now and play the trailer and ending for you guys, the BMT Mo app. If you haven't already contributed to the crowdfunding, make sure you go by and contribute, or you can go by BMT 2040 on Cash App. Let me go ahead and play that trailer, and we out of here. I appreciate you stopping by the page. If you are here, you are considering donating to the Black Men Travels, the BMT social networking app, the private social networking app, I shall add. That would be very beneficial to all of us. All right. Many times we don't have a lot of independence on some of these social networks. Well, for travelers, this is the social network for you. Okay. Just imagine being in a foreign country, hitting the geotag button, and to be able to see other BMT members in your vicinity. That's going to change the outlook of your vacation, seeing how you can meet other group members. Also, you have private messaging alongside the app as well. You will be able to communicate without any outside interference. All right, guys, you can post pretty much what you want to post, and that's a big benefit as well. This app right here is a fully independent app. Okay, guys, it's probably going to be the only fully independent app on your phone. So it's going to be a lot of benefits that come along down the line as we continue to develop the app. Right now, this is the crowdfunding for the first phase. So you're basically going to be paying upfront to use the app. There is a paywall to keep some of the riffraff out, but it's going to be very beneficial to all of us. There's going to be a lot of benefits for traveling. I'm telling you, it's going to be a lot of benefits. You're going to have all types of private deals amongst the app. All right. So guys, make sure you donate to the app. This is our own independent platform. Let's do this for us. Let's do this for the culture. Let's do it for empowerment.
Important, man. We are our own culture. We understand us, and it's important that we have something that we own. Yeah. You know what it is? It's your man, Will Fidel, man. Hey, listen, it's important, fellas, that we make these moves, we make this happen, and we cannot do it without you. We need your support. Countless companies have people come together and help them support and build something that they feel is beneficial to everybody. This is beneficial to you. Just like we said, the geotagging. How dope is it to know you can in any country go and turn on the geotag and see which one of your brothers are around in that country? That alone lets you never feel alone when you go somewhere. You got people there that connect. You guys got something in common. Secondly, we're going to have places where you can go get discounts just because you are a member of this app. You can go in there, show the app, show you active, and receive discounts. So it's going to save you money. Thirdly, when we're in these different countries, unfortunately, like I said, this past week, we've seen brothers that have died overseas. It can happen. And it's been tough because they cannot find the next of kin to this guy because he's not really connected to anything, So in this app with our members, we're all connected. We'll have emergency contacts, all that information you can have up in your profile. So in the event something happens to you, you got brothers there that can help you and they can reach out to your family, man. So these type of things are beneficial. Also, laws in other countries are different. Members of this app will have access to legal counsel. We'll make sure we got lawyers on retainer that can help you in the event you get into some legal troubles. Now, if you go out there, you're trying to move bricks and stuff, trying to go out there and be Pablo, we can't help you much with that. But if you have some issues, we could jump in and put our legal counsel on top of things, man. This is going to connect you to that country where you can travel somewhere comfortably and know that I got people here, I got attorneys here, I got businesses here, I got discounts, I got connections automatically just by being united with this BMT. But we need your help. Apps do cost a lot of money, and we want to build this. This is something we can all build on and unite together. We got to come together at home, man.
All right. Peace, family.